Beads. Little bitty beads. Little bead challenge for WagonJon. And I guess where I'm gonna start, this is where I keep some of my favorite beads at. Oops, don't want to dip over that tub over there. Careful now. But I only have one bead that I have actually found. That one right there. And I dug this up 12 years ago when I first started back to rock hunting. The first year I started back, I went straight to digging. And this come trying to get the light and a macro to hit just right so you can see that concaveness in the inside of it there. This is made out of Missouri mussel shell. Probably some really thick stuff because it's pretty thick. But this come out of a cave that's kind of moist or whatever. And the very first holes we were digging was around the corner where there wasn't no daylight actually. I was digging with headlamps, and my buddy that I was with was digging this one hole, and I was digging another hole towards him. And he said, "Man, I ain't finding nothing. I want to go and dig up in front." I'm like, "Well, can I get in your hole and dig back towards my hole?" And he's like, "Sure, I don't care." Well, the third swipe out of his hole popped out that little baby right there. And I spent another 2 hours digging towards my hole and never dug another one out. And we found tons of stuff in that cave. That bird point right there come from that cave. But I've got a bunch of really cool ones in here from Paul, some of my favorite ones. Like these itty itty bitties right here. I mean, look, that one there is so small. It'd fit on the tip of that bird point right there. I mean, that thing, that little dude there is small. Oops, so small I dropped it. That's small, that is. That's small. Really small. Got it right there under my Hamilton from Jonesy. Then I got some of these little red and white hearts, they call them here. Them's from Paul too. Only got 6 of them, so I put them in my case. And then there was just one of these little shell buttons here. And look, it's a 4-hole shell button that he sent me. Looks like abalone, maybe. Is it abalone, Paul? Yep, and then we got some of the bigger white walls laying around. And over here, another little set, and look at that one there. I don't think that one's actually, it's a different type of shell. See how rounded it is. Come on, focus. Too much in the background. Well, you can see it. It's small. It's very, very small. And then a couple of my favorites right here, which I've seen Elvis show a couple of these. Look at that. Look at that quartz just shine right through. And actually, I've got a couple more over here. I'd put a pair on a necklace for myself, and then I'm working on a necklace for a friend. I can't show the other part. But, I guess let me put this one back in here first before this gets spilt out. But these are Neolithic beads. These are probably the oldest beads known made by man from Africa, 8,000 years old. And you can sure feel the energy from them when you wear them. And this is definitely a bird's claw. And a lot of birds naturally have that hole right there. It's usually a place where cartilage comes from. But we dug this out of the elm tree, and that hole has been made quite larger than what it is supposed to be. So we don't know if they used it as a bead or what or something else. But I guess you get a little extra look on my bead challenge. Get a little extra look out of the bead challenge with this guy. We'll close that up. Don't need nothing getting out of place. Come on, clamp. Go down. Oh, let me try the other side. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oops, I had one fall out. I had to get him back in. Now, then, these are the only two of these I have left, which were also given to me by Pestle Man. I used some of them on some necklaces for some friends. And like I said, them are the last Neolithics I've got. I've put some of them on for some friends. And then these big Hudson Bay sandcast beads I have. And I have a bunch over here too. Pestle Man had sent me a few. Paul had sent me a few. Eagle-Eyed Joe, sent me a whole strand of them. But like all of them in here, I try and match up and put them on a necklace that'll go to someone else. And now, if I'm correct on these, reason these are called Hudson Bay is because they come from a company called the Hudson Bay Company. During the 1700s, brought these over from Africa to trade with the native ancestors. And then, back over here, got a whole bunch of these from Paul. And usually I keep these out on my, inside my cabinet, where I keep all my other stuff from other people. But I got some of these steatite ones here, and I did have another one of these blue ones, but I put it on a pipe for my brother Tim. And then I had another one that was kind of like this too, but it was blue on the inside, and I put it on that same pipe for my brother Tim. Then we got some of these, and I'm not sure if these are the Russian whites or if these are just soapstone white ones. And then I got some of these bad babies here, which I put the best one on Indy Chief's necklace. But these are handmade quartz, from the type of quartz they are, I don't know, Pedestal Man had to fill that in. They're drilled from both ends. They're very old. Very old. And this one here has one end all chipped off of it, but it's all clear all the way through. Boy, Indy Chief's is beautiful. I may have a picture of it somewhere. But look at that. Isn't that just cool? And that comes in later. And then I got some of these shell beads here. And some of them, I still got the dirt in them. Still got the dirt in them. And then this. Now I'm not sure if this was used for a bead or what. Or if it was a vessel cap or what. But it's a pottery disc. And this was gifted to me from a friend in Arkansas that I got to personally meet when I went to the Dig Fest. Then over in here, we got a whole bunch of them from Paul. Can't keep them all out. I like to keep some ahead, and I got some more of these white ones in here. But I got all kinds of little shell ones he sent me there. I like to keep up. Oh, goes this way around. And I usually have them beads sitting on it and stuff, and then them sit out in front of it. And then these are like some of the sandcast beads that I don't have matches to so far, which there's a couple others, but those are some of my favorites right there. Which I did have a pair of them one time, but I put them on a necklace for someone. And then I gotta get all to the gifted beads first. I got these here. Whoa, 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 from Pestle Man too. And it's got some of the real Cherokee Reds in them. And then these, I'm not sure what they call these black glass ones here. And then some of the white ones, which some of these are soapstone, and then I think some of them are glass. But they all belong in that little canister right there. I have to put them up when I'm done. Oh, now this, I ain't sure how old it is. Y'all see me find this out in a big sea of dirt. But if I could get the focus to work right, where you could see the wear that is on this thing, and it's made of glass. We've definitely come up with that determination, because we find all them Civil War bullets out there, so I don't know. Hard to say. And then I think, oh, and I have these beads here from Paleo Man 52 on that stellar necklace he made me. Then I made the braid for it, but these beads here are really cool. And so are these little older glass beads here. Then I thought, since I got some of these here at the coyote teeth they make into beads, but it's really hard to figure out how to put these on a necklace, and then these need to be treated somehow. I'm not sure how to do that yet, because I tried it and on one and it fell apart after it was on it for a while. But I thought I'd get out some of the first beads that I ever made, and I made these with a huge tools. But here's one that I made from bone. On this side it's got a feather carved on it. And then on this side it's got an arrow and feather carved on it. Then I made this deer antler here kind of into a bead with a feather that hangs on it. Goes on my medicine man bag that I bead loomed the little arrowheads with the Thunderbird on. And it's got some bone beads down here I made. Made these all look like a big drill and huge Dremel bits. You talk about take a chunk of finger off now. I got some other beads over here I made I wanted to show. Here's one I made. It's got an arrow and feather on each side. And then these here, I was going for like a thorn look, you know, like a rose branch twisted with thorns coming off of it, but that's how they turned out. I still like them, but that hangs on my skull that I painted there. I made them out of bullhorn and then inlaid them, put little feathers on them. And there's a little owl claw, a turquoise bead in it, a little arrowhead on the side, and there's another first bead I ever made right there. And then over here on this here I got out a little sea of dirt, and that's probably most likely, if I was ever going to find a flint axe, that's probably it there. And I had this bone I pulled out of the creek, which you can tell with all the patina on it how old it is. But I made these beads here from the turkey spurs to go on it. And then these here are some beads that I made a long time ago from bone. And since I've had soapstone, I've been making lots of beads with them, which I'll probably throw some pictures in at the end to show some beads I made that I don't have anymore because they went on someone's necklace. But here's another bone bead I made, just basic simple bone bead. But there's my bead collection, WagonJon. Most of them are gifted, but I treasure every one of them, and a lot of them I re-gift out. That's just how we roll around here. Well, I wish I could show that piece off in there, but I can't do that. That person's got to show that piece off. But I figured I had to show more than just my one little bead that I found. Well, two, but I really don't count that one like I count that one. Now and there, it probably come from the culture that was in there and made that little birdie right there. So, hope you enjoyed my little part of the bead challenge. As always, thank you for your comments and your views. Hope everyone has a good weekend. May you find a stellar point laying in your path. Thanks, everybody. Later.